Welcome to Black Man Talk. I'm Trey Styles. I'm glad to be back. I'm happy to be alive. I hope everyone is doing well. My book, Black Boy Rise, you can find on Amazon via paperback or ebook, or you can hit the link in the description box below. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that notification bell to subscribe and like and share all my videos. It's greatly appreciated here. I talked to a lot of different black men over the past few weeks. I've been networking a lot with a lot of brothers, a lot of sisters, but I want to talk about the brothers in particular. Talking to these brothers, I've learned a lot, and of course, our commonality is that we're black and we're black men in America. But our realities are a little different because we come from different worlds. Some of us grew up in poverty or in the hood like myself. Some of us came from the suburbs and were kind of better off. Some of us grew up around mostly non-black people. Some of us grew up on military bases. But one thing that I found interesting about all these brothers I talked to is that all these brothers still have been able to maintain their humanity. And what do I mean by maintain their humanity? I mean, these brothers are trying to keep their soul. These brothers are trying to stay whole or become whole. And that's what I think is so powerful. And I think that's so important that many more black men need to strive to do. I think too many of us lose our soul or have lost our soul, meaning really that we lost our feelings for other people, in particular other people outside of our circle. And we must understand that in order to compete in this world, in order to be a factor in this world, we gotta learn how to build with other black men outside of our circle. We gotta learn how to get along. We gotta learn how to agree to disagree. And that's so important that we learn to agree to disagree. And even if we disagree, we can work on the one thing or the few things we do agree on. That's what operational unity is. And that's vital to any nation's growth and development. So my message today is pretty simple. I'm straight to the point. I want black men to lose the pit bull mentality. What's the pit bull mentality? Maybe you could say on this day you listen to my podcast that Trey Styles coined the pit bull mentality. And what's the pit bull mentality? When I was in graduate school in the Masters of Public Administration program, I had to do a paper. We had to do papers on creating a policy for like dogs in certain environments. And we know there's a stigma on certain dogs. And the dog that has the most notorious reputation is none other than the pit bull. However, contrary to popular opinion, when I did my research on the pit bulls are not really human aggressive naturally. They are actually dog aggressive naturally. So the dogs that pit bulls tend to get along with is the dogs they're around when they're younger. When they get older, they don't take too kind to other dogs coming into their circles. Sounds like black men to me. So many black men, when we grew up in environments that we grew up in, especially in the ghetto, many of us are only cool with the people we know. We only gonna help the brothers that we know. We only got love, as we say, for the niggas that's in our circle. That's how we ride. That's how we roll. I've been guilty of it too, cause I come up in that environment, so I was taught the same thing. If I don't know them, that ain't my problem. That's on him. That's on them. That nigga ain't my friend. That nigga ain't my cousin. Shit, that's their business. And that's part of the reason we lose, because when we go up against other communities, and you go to somebody else's community, other ethnic groups will will rush your ass. They will run you up out of their community. If you mess with one of them, you mess with all of them. But that's another way how we lose. But that's a whole another argument about how we compete with other nations. But I want us to focus on us first and foremost. So the pit bull is just like the black man in America in particular. We only fucking with the guys that we grew up with or that we cool with. And by no means am I saying that you should be careful about letting new people in your circle. You already know you got to be careful with new people. You got to be careful with everybody. But a lot of times it's the ones that been there, that been in your circle, that know your flaws, know your weaknesses, that'll set you up. Most people get killed by people they know. So I want brothers to keep that in mind. But I understand that, when you're comfortable with people, when you're comfortable with people, you are comfortable with them. And those are the people you trust. But it's so vital for us to lose that mentality, because we keep losing with that mentality. That pit bull mentality is a loser mentality. That may work in the dog world for pit bulls, but it can't work in the human world. In the human world for black men, we can't be acting funny or every brother to come in the room or feel we gotta compete or tear another brother down because we feel threatened by him because of our own insecurities. The brother may not have even said nothing wrong to any of us. He may not have tried to mess with your girl, your family, nobody. He just came in the room, and maybe he got an aura. Maybe he walked with a sense of purpose, a sense of authority, and it got some of us insecure about him because we haven't worked on our own insecurities. A lot of times when somebody comes in and you have bad feelings against them, they haven't done anything wrong to you. They haven't said nothing wrong to the people you love. They haven't hurt people in general. It's usually because it's some insecurities or something inside of you that you're not comfortable with. And you may be a little envious or feel threatened by a person who is comfortable in their own skin. But that's something we can all work towards, being comfortable in your own skin. You just got to learn how to be honest with yourself and think, if I'm feeling bad about a guy that never did nothing wrong to me or nobody I love or people in general, I could be jealous of this guy. I need to come to grips with that and find out how I need to handle that. Look deep in myself and feel like, how can I work on these insecurities so I won't feel like I got to cut another brother down, literally take his life, or try to cut him out from opportunities because you're in a position of authority over that brother, or try to sabotage that brother because you don't want him to get the girl that you like, or the girl that you like but you didn't even tell her you like her, but he told her that he was interested in her. Can't get mad at guys for that. We gotta work on ourselves internally, and it starts with us losing this pit bull mentality to think that you gotta cut down every brother that come around. I've seen this countless times in my life. People I'm cool with saying something bad about another black man, a black man that did nothing wrong to him. I know brothers who supposed to have it all. They supposed to have the money, the clothes, the women, and all that. But it's a guy could walk in the room or a guy to come around. He ain't got none of that, and they feel threatened by this guy or they have a problem with this guy. You do not have to have money. You don't have to have wealth or influence for somebody to hate you or to be jealous of you or to want to ostracize you. You can walk around and have a smile on your face or just be at peace with yourself, and people will hate you. You'd be surprised why people will be jealous of you in this world. You not have to be good looking. You not have to be famous. There's people that will hate you just because you at peace with yourself. And too many brothers are walking around with chips on their shoulders, getting into it with one another over bullshit, over stares and glares. And all that stems from our insecurities. All that stems from us having problems that we need to deal with within ourselves. And I definitely recommend therapy. I definitely recommend getting some help to heal the trauma that we all go through. Because growing up in black America, even if you grow up well off, ain't nowhere you in this world or this country you're gonna be able to escape racism. Trust me. But I didn't really have a long message. I just want brothers to, we must lose this pit bull mentality. If I had maintained the pit bull mentality, I wouldn't have met and been networking with these brothers I done met over the past few weeks. Some of them who done brought my book. Some of them who done bought my book. I done bought some of their books. Some of them who I'm planning on doing more work in the future with. And you never know what we might get into. That could lead to us going into business together. I'm a writer. I plan to go into film. It could lead to some of them being in my film, or me being in some of their films, or me writing on some of their films. Us writing books together. Us starting a small corporation together. You never know what it could lead to. But these brothers I'm networking with are trying to live a fuller life. They're trying to live a purposeful life. And they don't have the pit bull mentality. And I don't have the pit bull mentality. But black men must understand that if you're going to compete in this world, you need a team. And sometimes your team ain't enough. Y'all might be doing okay. But what happens when people that come from a whole network with a whole bunch of teams come and try to take what your small team got? Sometimes you can't compete. Sometimes you could try to fight, but you'll lose because of strength in numbers. And then you want to unite with brothers when it's towards the end, but then those brothers may not want to unite with you because they may feel the same way you felt. Like, shit, that's on them. They fuck with them. They ain't fucking with me. But if we united, if we got more than our own little cabals, we'll be good. We can compete. And you know, as black people, we the trendsetters. Everything we do, everybody want to do. Black men, we the most hated, but we the most imitated. I just want brothers to recognize how powerful we are if we work as one unit, if we move as one. Yes, we got a lot of snakes in our ethnic group. Our group, we got a whole lot of snakes. I know it. So I'm talking about uniting with brothers that's open to uniting with you, like the brothers that's been uniting with me and the brothers I've been uniting with, the brothers that's on a higher vibration, the brothers that's trying to live a fuller life, the brothers that's living a meaningful life, the brothers that's still trying to maintain their humanity, the brothers that haven't lost their souls, the brothers that are still human, the brothers that know it's okay to feel, it's okay to cry, it's okay if you went through a heartbreak. You're not a punk, you're not a sucker, you're human. It's okay if you love your wife or your girl. It's okay. You ain't a sucker for love, you're human. If you love your friends, you're not gay, you're not weak, you're just human. If a guy's tripping, trying to start a fight with you, and you walk away, if you know in your heart you're not a punk, he didn't hit nobody you love, he didn't hit your wife, he didn't hit your children, and he calling you out, you know you're not a punk, it's okay to walk away. Because you love yourself enough, first and foremost, but you love your family, and you want to get back to them. Because you can prove how hard you are and lose your life, or, you know, take someone else's life, and then what? What your kids gonna think? What they gonna think? Are they gonna think you love them? You can say you love them, but remember, love is a demonstrator word. It's an action word. So, brothers, we gotta lose this pit bull mentality. We gotta stop being so aggressive towards one another. Because just like pit bulls, how pit bulls are dog aggressive, I think black men we worse because pit bulls will be against any dog that's outside their circle. We only against us. We let white, yellow, red, and brown men come in our community, come into our families to do anything. But we ready to kill each other. We ready to tear each other down. But that should let you know a lot of that's really self-hate. Yeah, hatred and jealousy and envy, that's human nature. It affects all ethnicities. I get that point. But it's worse with us because of our conditioning. Because of what we were subjected to. Because of how we were really manufactured in this country. To hate one another, to destroy one another. To see a brother build and we try to destroy it. To see a brother happy with his family, we try to destroy it. See a brother smiling, we want to mess with his confidence. We want to cause a brother who's having a good day to have a bad day. Yeah, that's part of the human condition, but it's exacerbated when you dealing with human beings like us as black people and black men in particular who've been dehumanized. So I want us to learn how to become humanized because we've been dehumanized. We got to become human. Once again, some of us are born human. All of us are born human, and we're human in the sense that we have compassion, we feel love. We're born into that. We're born with that innately, I should say. We're born with that innately. But we lose that because of our conditioning and because of what we subjected to in America and how our families are dysfunctional and all too often broken. And I know it's always easier to say something to do than to do something. But I can tell you firsthand that those of you who haven't listened to my podcast probably know my story, but those of you who haven't listened to my podcast or, this is your first time, I've been through it all. I come from dysfunction and seen people shot. I seen it all. Been around alcoholics, been around drug addicts, drug dealers. Had guns pulled on me. I seen it all. Told I was gay because I read books. All kind of things I've been subjected to. Been depressed. Been in a mental institution because I was depressed as a teenager. Thought about suicide, contemplated suicide. Then experienced racism on the job. Been heartbroken by a woman. I experienced it all. And I'm here. And I'm still human. And I don't have no hatred in my heart for none of those people. Or nobody ever did anything to me. Because I'm constantly growing. And when you constantly grow, you don't stay stuck in a setting. You get past that. Not saying that people who did me wrong, I got to be friends with them or I got to love them or necessarily like them. But I don't have to take their life. I don't have to let them keep me down because they out doing whatever they doing, whoever they doing it with. And they ain't thinking about me no more. So I just want brothers to know that we got to get our humanity back. We got to learn to care about one another. In certain countries in Africa, you'd be surprised, African American men, some brothers in those countries, you'll see them walking, holding each other's hands because they that secure in themselves. And of course, their conditioning was a little different from ours. They that secure in themselves. They ain't even thinking, oh, that's gay or that's weird like we be thinking. A guy walk up the street in America try to grab our hand, we probably knock his damn neck off. And I ain't gonna act like, no, I'm that evolved because if a guy run grab my hand on the street, it's gonna be a problem. But I'm just saying, first and foremost, we got to still just at least be open to networking with other brothers. I mean, that's the minimum. That's the minimum to network with other brothers. So it don't mean nothing wrong just because you network with another brother. You open to speaking and talking to another brother. You know, sometimes when you cut people off without giving them a chance, you might be cutting yourself off. So this is Black Man Talk. I'm Trey Styles, and I'll get back with you all next week, and I want everybody to have peace.